Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Abu Sami Yotu and I'll be your facilitator for today. The topic I've been given is the effective use of the internet as a social marketing tool. I don't know how many minutes I have, but then I would like to point out that this topic is quite broad, and in order for everybody to get the full benefit of the course, I would like to break it into three basic steps, or maybe three simple steps or categories, if you like to call it. First of all, I'm going to talk about the basic requirements for online businesses. That's the simple things that you need to do before you even think of online marketing. Then I'm going to talk about content creation, how to generate the content that you need to post on the various platforms that you have in order to generate the kind of sales that you want. Then I'm also going to talk about the apps that you can make use of if you want to survive in the online business. So basically, these are the three main categories that I would like to touch on as we go along. But then I'll not talk about what internet is, because I believe we all know what internet is. So without much ado, let's jump to the course. Now, one might ask, who are the audience, who are the target audience for this particular course? I would like to say everyone would pick one or two things from this particular course. And online business is for everybody. Online business is for everybody. It doesn't matter whether you are gainfully employed somewhere or you have an active employment somewhere that you are currently pursuing. The online business is more or less like a side hustle for a lot of people right now. So even if you are gainfully employed, I believe this course would be maybe an introduction of something new that you can start with, or maybe give you the ideas of how you can actually do something aside your main job to earn something later. Now, you might realize that online business has become a lot since 2000 because of the COVID, and it's making those who know how to effectively use the online marketing gain more, because if you don't know how to effectively market online, then you might start something, at the end of the day you give up, and then that's it. But if you know how to properly use the tools that are available to you, then it will be a plus for you, as you can be earning somewhere else and then still be making something out of the online business. Now, okay, so without wasting much time, let's jump into the session. Like I said earlier on, I would like to break it down into three parts. And the first part I'd like to talk about is the basic requirements for any online business, or for that matter, any business that you want to start up or you're already running. First of all, you need a logo. A logo is just a combination of text and images that represents whatever service or whatever products or whatever company that you are putting out there. Every company needs a logo, because that logo separates you from competition. Anytime your logo is seen on a product or a service, it can be directly traced to you. So whenever your product is of good quality and anybody sees it anywhere, you can see that, oh, this particular product it originates from this particular company, or this company made this product. Take it for instance, Nike. Nike is the household name for certain footwears or clothing that is commonly seen around. So they successfully use that correct symbol to represent themselves, that anywhere or anytime you see it, you know that there's a quality brand. Okay, so a logo is very, very important if you want to start an online business, because if you are putting your product online, it means anybody from any corner of the world have access to that particular picture or image that you're putting out there. If it's a video that you're putting out there, anybody from anywhere can just download your works and use it as theirs. So people normally use their logos to brand those videos or those images that you are putting out there. So assuming you have a picture of this particular product that you want to advertise online, once you take that picture, you need to embed it with your logo. You need to put your logo on it, so that wherever that picture goes, anybody that identifies that picture will know that it's coming from your company. So a logo is very, very important. You need a logo, and the logo should be simple. It should be simple. Don't worry about too many colors. Don't worry about too many curves and designs or abstract features on it. Just make it as simple as you can, so that when you put it on any image, at least the logo can be used as a watermark, and the image that you're trying to put out there can also be seen. So your logo is very, very important, as it sets you apart from the competition within the online realm. Secondly, you need a digital address. Digital address is very, very important, and you can use what the Ghana Post is currently offering. the GPS that they are putting on the buildings around. So be it you're running the business from your own shop or from your house, you definitely need a digital addressing system that consumers can relate with. So usually when people want to buy products online, they want to know whether it's coming from a shop or coming from a place that they can trace their item to, so that in case they buy it and then they have any challenges, they can walk to that particular digital address, and then their concerns will be addressed. You can also use the Google Map, which is also a free service online offered by Google. And all you need to do to create a Google account is have your Gmail account. Once you have a Gmail account, it's as easy as ABC. You can just go ahead and create a Google Map location to your location, whether it's a shop or your home that you are using as your office. You can always use Google Map to give the direction to that particular place. And it's very important when you're creating the Google Map location to add an image to it. At least whether your logo or you want to add a picture of the building that you're operating from, it's very necessary to add it to it, so that when the person is driving by, they can easily identify that this is particular place that I'm coming to. It makes it easier for them to locate the place. And you need to set out your Google location properly. You can add the days that you operate, you can add the times at which you are open, and then you can add some of the products and services that you offer. This makes it easier for customers to locate your premise, know what times they can get there, that your shop will be open, and then know what days that you work, so that it will be easier for them to have forehand details before they even get to your shop. They don't get there and then they are told that you are closed. But if you have a Google location, you can set all those things to make it easier for the customer to identify the place, and then also to know the days that you work and the times that your shop will be open. If you don't know how to do this, you can get a professional or somebody who is into this to assist you to get. So it's very important, your digital address system. This also helps in to clear certain doubts about your product or the kind of service that you are offering, because basically online business, I don't know if you heard of this, what I ordered versus what I received. There's this notion out there that sometimes when you order for something online, by the time it gets delivered, it's something else. If the customer sees that you have a digital addressing system, he knows that there's a particular place I can trace this to. So it's not as if it's a fraudulent thing or something. At least they know that there's somewhere that they can always come and their concerns will be addressed. So it makes it easier for them to identify with you. Another thing that you also need to have is a website. This is not all that compulsory, but it's very ideal for you to have a website. A website is basically where you tell your customers about your company, the kind of values that you believe in, your mission, your goals, your aims, or whatever. Or you can even tell them about the products and services that you are offering. So a website is very important because customers can basically go online, search for your company, and then they can get to your website and read a lot about what you do. They can easily identify with your company and then the kind of products and services that is being offered. If you are running a service kind of business, then the website is very necessary. It's very necessary. But if you are doing the product kind of business, then it's not always necessary, although it's encouraged for you to have a website for customers to be able to read on your products online. It also makes it easier for you to have a custom domain. I don't want to get into too much of web designing at this stage, but it makes it easier for you to get a domain. When we say a domain, the domain is like let's say www.google.com. Google.com is a domain. www.facebook.com. Facebook.com is a domain. So those are companies, but then that is their domain. So it makes it easier for you to even generate a domain custom email. I'll talk about that as well. But you need a website because it gives customers information, first-hand information of your business or your products or your services that you are running. So website is also very, very important. These days, it's even easier for people to acquire a website because of certain apps or softwares that are out there, or even certain websites that are out there. That makes it easier for you to design your own website. So you can even get free websites, something like www.wix.com. Wix.com is a website that you can basically use to create a free website. Just that the extension or the domain will be .wix.com. So if you want to create a website about yourself, so let's say Abdulsami, so I want to create abdulsamiu.com. I won't be able to have abdulsamiu.com because I'm getting it on a free service through Wix. So it will be abdulsamiu.wix.com. You get it. So the domain is wix.com. because they are hosting the website for me. So it's going to be www.wix.com. But if you want to have the premium version, you want to have the paid one, then you can have the www.abdulsamiu.com that you want. And it's quite easy to create websites on your own, because like I said, these days there are a lot of websites or a lot of apps. That makes it easier for laymen to just go ahead and create a website. Or if you want to go the paid version to as little as if I'm not exaggerating, as little as 400 cities, you should be able to get your own website. Actually, you should be able to get your own website. You can try using one.com. One.com is also a web hosting server that you can use to get your domain. So if your business is let's say Bull Tech Consult, you can have www.bulltechconsult.com. Anything you can just try and get it there. Once you buy the domain, they give you a software inbuilt in the domain that you can use to design your own website. But if you don't know how to do this and you want to get a professional look, you can always get a professional to assist you to do this. Then again, I touched about the custom email. If you're going to be sending emails to your clients, if you're going to be sending out letters to companies to seek sponsorship and all that, it's advisable to get a website, and which will enable you to get a custom email. Now, custom email will make it easier for the receiver of the email to identify with your company, to know that it's an official email. So for instance, if I have the website www.abdulsamiu.com, if I'm sending out a letter, I'll use the email, let's say info@abdulsamiu.com. So the person who is on the receiving end will receive the letter coming from info@abdulsamiu.com, which makes it look more official, because it can identify with my company, which is Abdul Samiu Consultancy or whatever it is. So having a custom email is one of the basic requirements that you need to survive as an online business. Okay, so we've talked about the logo, which we said would set you apart from competitors, which you use to tag your images or services for people to identify with the kind of products that you are putting out there. And then we also talked about a digital addressing system, whereby customers will feel like they have a place to direct all their complaints and concerns, and they'll meet let me say physical people to interact with, instead of the online aspect of it. And then you also need a website, which we said would give customers the forehand impression about your company. They'll be able to read about your mission, your vision, your aims, your objectives, your products, your services, everything that they need to know about the company. People like to go online to check first. So if you have a website, it becomes easier for them to relate with it. We also talked about the custom email, whereby it makes it official whenever you're sending emails out to other companies or customers. They can easily see that this is coming from this particular company, and it's not any fraudulent activity from. Okay, so the last thing that I want to talk about with regards to the first category, that is the basic requirements for online businesses, is social media. Every business needs to have a social media page. It needs to have social media handles. Let me say handles. Social media has become the order of the day. It's like a day-to-day thing that's we have become addicted to. So if you know how to use them properly, you're going to make a lot of sales from it. So the first of the social media handles that I like to talk about is Facebook. Yes, Facebook. Facebook has become the order of the day, because almost everybody has a Facebook account. Almost everybody, from the age of let me say students even in class 6 are having Facebook accounts. So a lot of people are on Facebook accounts. They have Facebook accounts, and from day to day, everybody checks. At least you can check your Facebook accounts once in a day. And so if you're a business and you are using Facebook as a marketing tool, it's very, very useful, because you can get in touch with your targeted customers within the few clicks. Okay, so why Facebook? Facebook, because it's a low-cut marketing strategy. Facebook is almost free for everybody. You can just create a Facebook page for your business, and you can just put a product there and then advertise it. All the people who are linked to your page will get to see it, and you might get potential customers from there, or potential clients from there. It's free. It's as easy as that. So it is a low cut marketing strategy, and you can also share information about your business on Facebook. So once you are creating a Facebook handle. They require all this basic information about your business that you need to put out there, and that makes it easier for your would-be customers to get to know more about your business. You can also share pictures and videos from your business on the Facebook page, which would also be a form of marketing for your client. It is also used as a means of talking to potential or existing customers because of the messenger aspect that is attached to Facebook. So if you have people who like your or follow your Facebook page, once you post a product and they are interested, they can contact you through the messaging app, and you can respond to them as soon as possible or promptly. So you get to have a chat app attached to Facebook whereby you can engage with your customers, and that also allows you to provide customer support to those who might have concerns about certain products or certain services that you are rendering. And you can also use Facebook to run promotions or run online sales, whereby you can target a specific group of people and then push the product out to them. So let's say if you are selling something like let's say a school bag. School bag, parents are the people who buy school bags and students are the people who buy school bags. So let's say parents who are in their prime reproductive ages, so let's say between let's say 20 to let's say 40. It's a targeted group, so you can select those particular audience to receive that particular advert that you are running, which makes it lower than if you have left it open for Facebook to decide who to show the adverts to. That will cost you more. So Facebook allows you to actually select a targeted group to do your online promotions or marketing to. Yes, and you can also use Facebook to steer traffic to your website, whereby you can just post your website under every product that you post online, or you can actually pick the link from every product that you post on your website and paste it on Facebook. Thereby, anybody that clicks on that particular link will be directed to your website. So it makes your website also popular through Facebook. So you post the link of the product that you are selling or the service that you're advertising, you pick it from your website and then you paste it on Facebook, so that whenever they click on that link from Facebook, it directs them straight to your website. When we get to the practicalities of these, I'll show them to you so that you know exactly what I'm talking about. So Facebook is very, very important if you are an online business, because it gives you the flexibility to run your adverts on a low budget and almost free. That is if you don't want to pay for anything. But if you want to get more sales, then you have to at least put some cost element to it, which is very, very minimal considered compared to other traditional marketing tools that are out there. So Facebook is very important if you know the right content to create, and if you know the targets that you want to have access to those particular promos that you are running. So Facebook, very, very important. Now, if you are running something like a service, the next social media app that I would like to talk about is YouTube. YouTube is just an online hosting platform where a lot of videos can be posted. So if you are the kind that you are offering services, so let's say you are somebody who's into carpentry or photography or something that has to do with a skill, I would prefer you take YouTube very seriously, because you can create a YouTube account for your business whereby you post a lot of the things that you do. If you're a carpenter, you're making a chair, you can set your phone beside your workshop, and then as you are making the chair, you are recording the process. When you're done, you can edit it and then upload it onto your YouTube channel, and then you just share the link. People will get to watch it, see the processes that you went through to create that particular chair that you've made, and it gives you some views. And you know, when you have a lot of views and a lot of subscriptions, YouTube actually pays you for people coming to your YouTube channel to watch. So if you are the kind of business that is into services, I would advise that you get a YouTube channel as well. And you can actually share the YouTube link from the particular video that you've made onto Facebook, so that people will click on it on Facebook, but will bring them to your YouTube channel. That will generate some kind of views for you, both in your Facebook account and your YouTube account, and then you can actually even add it to your website. You can create a gallery in your website, where a video gallery actually, and what you do is just put the links from YouTube onto those galleries in your website, so that whenever someone visits your gallery in your website, they just click on the video and it brings them to YouTube to watch your video, and that actually boosts your likes and your views actually. And Facebook, YouTube is going to pay you for that. So if you're a service person or the service business, I advise that you create a YouTube channel and make sure you record good videos. People like to watch good videos. If your videos are always kind of shady, they're always kind of dark, and they are not taken with the best quality, image quality or video quality, then people will stop watching your videos. So make sure you invest into the kind of videos that you create as well. So YouTube channel is also very, very important if you want to make some extra money from your social media platforms. So consider YouTube channels as well. Yes, and like Facebook, Instagram is also another selling point. Instagram basically has to do with pictures, taking very good shots, posting them there, and advertising the products that you have taken. You need to have some few photo editing skills to get the best quality out of the pictures that you take. Then you can put them on Instagram with the best caption to have a lot of people see them, and it would attract them. Once they are attracted to it, they might call you and hook you up and buy something from you. So Instagram is also very, very important, because it's, aside Facebook, there's also a lot of people on Instagram as well. So consider having Instagram also as a social media handle. And then the next one is Snapchat. Yes, Snapchat is also very, very good at that. That's online marketing. Snapchat, you can put videos there, you can put pictures there, you can put text there. So all you need to do is to look for the best shots or the best video and give it a proper caption. You can use the filters to tweak it a bit, and then you can put it out there. And Snapchat, a lot of people on Snapchat. Aside Facebook, I put Facebook first, because Facebook, even the younger ones have access to it. Even the younger ones have accounts on there. And then secondly comes Instagram, then YouTube, then maybe Snapchat. But Snapchat is also very, 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 very important when you have a Snapchat account for your business. You can just be saving people, let them add you, let them just add you to their Snap accounts. Once you post something, they get to see it and they can contact you for some business. And with Snapchat, you can use a lot of influencers. If you have friends who are very popular, you just create the content and then you put on your Snapchat, and then you ask them to share for you. So once they share it on their channel, you get a lot of people knowing about your company through them. So Snapchat is also very, very important. Okay, so we've talked about the first category that I placed under the topic, which is the basic requirements that online businesses need to have. Talking about the logos, the digital address systems, the websites, the custom email, and then the social media handles. We've talked about all those. Now let's move on to the second category, which is the content creation. Now it's not only only okay to just have the social media handles. It's just not okay to have the websites. You need to know exactly what to put on those particular platforms. If you have the website, what content are you going to put on those websites? How are you going to generate? How are you going to create those content? If you have a social media handles, what do you need to post on a day-to-day aspect, day-to-day basis to generate the kind of traffic that you're looking out for, to generate the kind of sales that you're looking out for? You need to learn all those things. And basically, most of the social media apps are just about pictures, videos, and text. So video editing becomes one of the basic things that you need to learn as an online business. You need to take your media capture very, very seriously. You need to look at the devices that you're going to use to capture all those media. You need to look at the quality of those particular devices. You need to look at how you're going to edit them. So that is what I want to talk about, the content creation. So first of all, let's take videos. Now, in order to make good videos, you need to have a good video capture device. So usually the advanced companies have sophisticated digital cameras that they use to capture all those images and videos. But as a startup business, you can actually use a phone for this as well. But then not just any kind of phone. I prefer, or let's say I'm addicted to Samsung. I prefer to use Samsung for a lot of my video taking or video shoots. I can actually go for a program and use my phone to capture the full event, and then I'll come back to edit, and I'll still have good video to put out there. Because if you realize that the digital videos are far-fetched and you don't have the budget to buy those sophisticated cameras, then at least invest in getting a good quality a phone with a good quality camera. Yes, that is best. I don't actually subscribe to the Technos, the Infinix, the Itels, and those kind of phones, because they make it difficult for me to work with. They make it cumbersome, because once you've taken the video, you realize that there's some dark shades, some dark shadows around the images that you've taken, and you need to put a lot of effort into editing. So if you want to have things easier, if you want to have good quality pictures, and of course, once your videos are good, once your pictures are on point, it makes it attractive to the customer that you're looking out for. So at least you need to invest in those aspects to get a good quality phone. If you go for the phones that you take a picture and then you see somebody else's and you want to be behind it, let's say you go for a program and then you are waiting for somebody who has a better phone to take pictures, then that is not the kind of phone you'll be looking at when you are looking at using them for your business. If you want to do business, if you want to be serious about your business, you need to get the phones that will at least get you good quality images that you see, and then you know that yes, this is the kind of images that will attract customers. So we're talking about videos. You need to learn a little bit about videography. You need to learn about the angles that when you take the video from, it's going to look attractive. You don't just go in because it's a video shoot. You just put a product down and then you press, and then you be taking the camera. Look at, you take your time to move the camera slowly, so that at least every corner of the image that you are taking will be captured. You don't go too fast. If you go too fast, it might be difficult for the customer to actually see all the edges or all the parts that they want to critically look at. So you take it slowly and you go around the image, making sure you focus on the important aspects of it. And some cameras already have autofocusing, that once you click on the screen, it auto focuses on that particular image and brings out the actual image that you seek to capture. So you go slowly one, and then you need to have good lighting when you are taking the videos. You need to have good lighting. You don't take the video in your room and think you've got the best shots. At least sometimes, yes, even if it's in the room, it needs to be well lit. Sometimes you can also consider using the sun. Yes, the sun gives the best exposure when it comes to videography, or let's say photography. So you can actually use the sun too, but not too much sun. And you need to look at the angle that the sun is coming from. Yeah, you need to consider all those things in taking videos. And sometimes too, people are trying to take videos of themselves, and then they place the sun directly in front of them. It becomes difficult for the phone to actually focus on your face or whatever products that you're trying to capture, because the exposure will be too much, and it becomes difficult for the phone to actually focus. So you just go midway. You just look for where the sun is coming from, and then you sit at a point whereby once you take the video, you'll be clear, visible enough for everybody to see. And you also have to take note of the sound quality. If you are shooting a video, you need to make sure that wherever the phone is placed is close enough to the object. If you are shooting something that you need to be talking on, say you are advertising a product and you are shooting the products, and you need to be saying certain things as you're going along. You don't need to let your mouth be too far away from the phone, because that is the audio that you want them to listen to. So if you are far away and the phone is closer to the object and you are talking, it will be difficult for them to hear whatever you are saying. So at least you consider that. If possible, use a Bluetooth, just as I have here. I'm far away from the phone, but you can hear me clearly because I have Bluetooth in my ears, and I can speak through. The microphone will pick it and I will transfer it directly to the phone. Use an earpiece if you can. Your sound quality should also be on point if you are taking a video. And perhaps you don't need to consider that if you're going to put a background music behind the video that you are taking. So You can just do the raw footage. When you're done, then you put the use your video editing skills to put the sound in the background of the particular video that you've taken. It is also always advisable to do a demo before you actually take the video. So you do a demo to check sound. You press the record, and then you talk for a while whilst capturing, and then you play back to see if the sound is okay, so that you know how to adjust the phone to get the sound quality. And then the demo to also check lighting to see whether whatever you're capturing is visible enough for the audience to see. And then you also do that, you do a demo to also check even the environment. Sometimes when you are taking a video, you realize that you take up to a point, you realize that there was a housefly maybe dancing around a particular product, or maybe the food that you're taking, or perhaps you might realize that somebody has drank water and has kept it on the table beside the product that you are taking a video, and that has also come in. So you do a demo video to check all those things before you take the actual footage. See, so once you have checked all those things, then you can go ahead and take your video and make sure you have a quality video. So we've talked about how to make sure you have all the details captured by moving the camera a bit slow than just going, you get what I mean, just going fast. Take it slowly and make sure all the visible, all the vital aspects of the product that you want to put out there are visible to the audience. You also check the sound, you check the environment, and then you check the lighting. Once you have all those intact, I believe you should have a very good video. After you've taken your videos, you need to know how to edit them properly to get maybe the errors that you committed out of the final footage. You need to know how to crop certain images to put exactly what you want out there. You need to know the time limits that you want to set for the videos, and all these can be done using the video editing software. Now for phones, there are a whole lot of tools out there that you can use for video editing, and it's quite simple, quite easy to use if you go through the basic steps. And the favorite one that I like is Viva Video. There's another one called CapCut. CapCut is also a very good video editing. So let me just list a few of the video editing softwares for phones that you can easily use to edit your video. So you have Viva Video, you have CapCut, you have InShot, you have InStories, you have Adobe Premiere Rush, you have Video Leap, and then you have ClipDrop. You can choose any of these to whichever one you are suitable with, whichever one is comfortable for you. You can choose any of them to edit your videos. If you have a lot of space, you can try each of them out to see which one will give you the exact qualities that you need. Basically, they all do the same thing. They all do video editing for you, just that some have a lot of extra features like effects. A lot of them, some have more effects than the others. Some are the layout of some of them are easy to use, easy to identify than others, and some of them are paid apps, and some of them are actually cheaper than the others. So you can explore all of them to see which one works best for you. So like I said, let me go over again. You have Viva Video, you have CapCut, you have InShot, you have InStories, you have Adobe Premiere Rush, you have Video Leap, and then you have ClipDrop. So all of them are video editing softwares that you can actually install on your phones. I don't know if all of them are available for iOS, but then I know all of them are available on Android. That is a Play Store. So you can easily download them, and then you can try them out. Some of them even give you grace period to try out the products, and then once the grace period elapses, they give you the option to either purchase it for the month or purchase it for the full year. You can try purchasing for a month, try them out. If you think they are okay, then you can actually consider purchasing for the full year during subscription. You can pay through mobile money. So after you've taken your videos, you can use the video editing softwares to actually edit them anyhow you want. If there is still much time, I can go through a few of them to show you how they actually work. Okay. Other than that, the organizers can just maybe give me some other time to actually do another video on how some of these software. When it comes to photo editing as well, I think it works just the same as the video editing. You need to ensure that you have a good exposure, that is the lighting that is coming in the room or on the product that you're taking. It's quite appreciable, and you need to ensure that you have the focus on the particular item. You can also consider using the bokeh effect, or what we call the portrait, by blurring out the other portions of the pictures except the image that you want to capture, or the product that you want to capture. And then you also need to ensure that there are no shadows around the product that you're taking. And then you need to ensure that you have the background you can choose to use a lot of background these days. We see a lot of people using the carpet grass effect. They put the carpet grass, they put that on the carpet grass to take the images. If you don't have a good background, naturally you need to alter the background a bit. Some also use white cloth to cover the table before putting the product on it and then taking pictures of it. And if it's a service that you are rendering, you need to be on the job. You need to have somebody on the job doing the work or the service that you are portraying. Then you capture the image. Make sure you have the focus should be on the person doing the service. So if you're advertising IT skills, at least you need to have someone behind the computer doing something. Then you can capture the image. If it's carpentry you do, at least you need to pose with the product that you have just created, or you can have someone at least doing something on the furniture that you're trying to portray. So if it's a service that you're offering, you can focus on the actual human being doing the service. If it's a product, you also have to focus on the actual products that you're trying to put out there. So virtually the video tips and tricks also works for the photos as well. Now for photos, after taking the photos, you need to edit them as well, and there are a lot of photo editing softwares on the Play Store that you can actually download and use them on your phone. One easy and household name when it comes to photo editing is Canva. Canva. Yes, Canva is also very good for photo editing, and even that can go as well as giving you templates that you can use in your posts. So Canva is a very, very good photo editing, as well as it can help you even create your logo. It can help you create flyers or posts or banners for advertisement purposes. Another app that you can use is Snapseed. Snapseed is also a photo editing software on the Play Store that you can get hold of. Then Lightroom gives you a lot of presets or a lot of filters that you can apply on the picture that you've taken to make it look outstanding. Then you also have the Adobe Photo Express. Yes, that can also be used. And then you have the PixArt. PixArt can also be used. And then Wafty, what it does is to, maybe you've taken a picture in a background that is not all that ideal. You can actually use Wafty to erase the background, and then you place the actual item on a different background, and then you can use it for whatever purpose that you want to use it, be it on your social media handles, be it on your website, or whatever you want it to be. So there are a whole lot of photo editing softwares out there that you can consider to use when it comes to photo editing. So maybe, as I said earlier, if there is more time, I'll take each app and then show you exactly how to manipulate those apps to get the best results that you're looking out for. Okay, so we've talked about the videos, shooting videos and then editing them. We've also talked about taking photos and then editing them. If you don't have perhaps you can employ the services of a professional to at least guide you for the first few shots that you take, and then basically you can be okay after at least a few shots. Then you'll be able to handle it on your own. If you don't know how to go about it, get a professional. I think we have a brother on this platform, Sule Baden. Yes, he's a very good photographer. You can get in touch with him to assist you to use your phone to capture a few good shots. Then from there on, you can decide to go solo and see if you can take the best photos and videos for yourself to market your products. Now, the next one I want to talk about is having text content. Now, text content basically is just some questions or some quotes or something to generate elicit responses from your target audience. So let's say I'm an IT firm and I have a social media handle, and basically I need to post something on the page. At least your social media platforms, at least you should have something on it each day that will generate the kind of the kind of sales that you're looking for, attract the kind of customers that you're looking for. Every day they are looking out for something on your page because they know that it's a regular thing that you do. So let's say every morning at 7 a.m. I'm supposed to post something on my Facebook page. The customers will become used to that. So every day morning 7 a.m. they want to come to your page to see what new you have there. So you need to learn to create something that if today you want to post a video there, you put it out there. If tomorrow you want to post a picture there, you put a picture there. The next day you can decide to use text-based. Now, text-based, you can just decide to throw a question. So like I was saying, if I'm an IT firm, I can just pose the question, what is the difference between let's say browsing and then maybe that's not the best thing to use. Maybe what's the difference between a virus, no, a Trojan and then a malware? Both are viruses, but they operate differently. So you can just try to know what responses or what your customers or clients think about those particular two things. And you can, based on that, you can use to educate them on the difference between the two. You can also choose to educate them by putting out an explanation of something that they've been hearing. So they've been hearing something like trending. So you can just say trending is so and so and so and so. You put it out there. At least they learn something from your page. So every day they'll be wanting to come back more because they know they'll either get to learn something from your page or get to watch a video that will educate them on something, or maybe get a picture of a product that you're recommending to them. So it's very, very necessary to keep your content coming on a daily basis. So like I was saying, with the text-based one, it can either be a question that you're trying to ask your audience to see what they think about a particular product, and you can advise them based on that, or you can educate them based on the kind of responses that they give. You can even choose to have a quote that is related to the kind of business that you are into. So or you can even stand up and put your motto there. If your motto is nurturing hearts for Islam, which is the motto for Iqra Educational Center, nurturing hearts for Islam, you can just go by nurturing hearts for Islam, just post it there, and you tell them the reason why you chose that as your motto. Maybe they can even relate to that, or you can even educate them on your vision or your mission, or maybe what you plan, what your company seeks to achieve in the few days to come, or the values that your company believes in. You can just put it out there, and that would at least give your customers something to talk about within that day. So on a daily basis, make sure at least you have content on your social media platforms, which would be able to get the audience that you want. It will keep people, driving people to your page. And you don't just, sometimes you can even post it on your website, and then you put the link out there on your Facebook page or your Instagram page, or your wherever you want to put it on your even your WhatsApp business account. You can actually use that to assist us, and people will click on it, and then they'll just be linked to your website or your Facebook page, and they'll look forward to it every day. So in conclusion, or in summary, the topic I was giving was the effective use of the internet as social marketing tool. So I decided to talk about the basic requirements that each company needs to have if they want to run an online business. So we talked about having a logo, we talked about having a digital addressing system, we talked about having social media handles, we talked about having a website, having a custom domain. So those are the basic things that you need to have, and I've already explained the reasons why you need to have those ones. And then we also went ahead to talk about content creation. That is, if you have those social media handles, if you have those websites and all that, you need to know what content to put on it and how to capture those content, and what apps you need to use to achieve the right footage or the right content that you want to put out there. So that is where we looked at videos, and then the tips and tricks on how to take good shots, and then how to schedule the posting of those particular videos online. And then we looked at the photos, and then what you need to do to get the best quality shots, and then what apps you can use to edit those pictures that you've taken. And we also look at the text-based content, whereby you can choose to use questions to elicit responses, thereby using it to educate your clients or customers on the particular topic that you've asked them on. Then, so what was next was to show you exactly how some of the apps that I've mentioned works in reality. But for want of time, perhaps I'll do some screen recording of the apps being used on my phone, and then I would post them from time to time if I'm permitted by the administrators of this page. I'll post out there so that you can also benefit from them. Thank you very much. It's been a it's been tough finding this particular topic, but I believe we've all learned something. Let me know what you've learned so far from this particular video. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. One major basic requirements that I forgot to add is that you need to have a business phone. Your personal phone should be separate from your business phone. The reason why I say this is that there are certain contacts that might not be in your personal circles, but then you maintain them because of business purposes. That is your clients or your customers. So you need to have a separate phone for your business, whereby you store all the contacts of your clients and their email addresses, maybe perhaps their location and all that. You need to have that. It's very, very important. And then cultivate the habit of taking contacts and encouraging people to save your contacts wherever you find them. So if someone introduces somebody new, you tell the person about your business, and then you take the person's contact, you store it, and then you ask the person to also store your contact. What that does is that you can use it to boost your sales on WhatsApp Business. Yes, WhatsApp Business. Once you store the person's contact, the person has your contact. Whatever status that you share, the person is going to see it. So if you post your products on WhatsApp Business, once they have your contact stored and you have their contact stored, it's going to be easier for them to store. So cultivate the habit of storing people's contacts just like that. So that should be on your business phone, not your personal circle. So kindly don't forget that. Add it to the basic requirements for online business marketing. Thank you.